You're probably familiar, or at least have heard the saying, mind over matter, right? So in our kind of patriarchal, cognitive-centered culture, we have placed the mind above the body, right? So what happens is this creates a mind-body split, right? So there's this kind of disconnect from the mind and the body. There's a bit of an estrangement, right? So when we look at relationship, right, the relationship between the mind and body is one of kind of a sense of disconnect, right? The mind kind of ignores the cues of the body. Oftentimes we've created a kind of inner system where we dismiss the felt sense of our bodies, right? And so we've placed our mind and the thoughts and the to-do lists and the future-oriented projection above the felt sense of our bodies, right? And so this kind of relationship has created a little bit of mistrust, right? We haven't quite felt the relationship of listening, of honoring, right? Respecting, tuning in to our bodies to say, what are you noticing? What are you feeling? Right? So our minds just kind of tend to continue to go, right, and push through, force, right? So we're really quite familiar with this, right? This felt sense of kind of moving through, pushing through and forcing, right? And this actually really dishonors the body, right? And over time, what typically happens, especially if we've done this for many, many years, right? Because this is what we learn at a very young age, then of course the body starts to feel that it's hurtful, right? It hurts, right? Just like any relationship, if we just start to ignore and dismiss and push away, right? It's painful, it hurts us, right? So the body starts to feel that, and of course at the same time the body's also not given space to process what it's feeling, to process what we're noticing, right? So that unprocessed kind of stuff and holding patterns and constriction starts to get bound up in the system, right? Starts to get bound up into the body. And meanwhile, the mind just keeps ignoring, keeps dismissing, and then gets angry at the body for now feeling pain, right? And so what typically happens is that, of course, our body then starts to create these symptoms, right? So it's kind of like saying, hey, I'm really wanting attention here. And so it's starting to kind of create these, pain patterns, holding patterns, or a sense of symptoms, mainly because we're not listening, right? And so, in this mind-body split, and really what somatics kind of does is start to bring our attention and awareness back into relationship with our body, right? So we're directing the mind, so rather than mind over matter, right? It's mind with, right? Mind with the body, right? So the mind directs and serves the body, right? So we want the mind to be in attention, right? In relationship with our bodies, right? And our bodies feel relief by that, right? So we kind of want to be able to focus on this kind of relationship here between our mind and our body. So I'm Michelle Rozek, and I'm your Eco-Somatic guide, and I'm here to guide you to healing trauma by reconnecting with your body and with the earth. So today's practice is really going to be about slowly starting to kind of quiet the mind and bring attention to your body, right? So often when we've lived years and years without listening to our bodies, it can feel really overwhelming at first to start touching into our body, right? It can feel like, oh my gosh, I haven't been here, and now it feels a lot of pain, and there's this kind of constriction pattern and these holding patterns, and then we get overwhelmed, right? So we don't want to overwhelm the system. We want to just kind of touch in and start feeling what it's like to have that relationship again, right? So kind of coming back into a remembering, right? And so we do this very slowly. So the first kind of one exercise to consider here, which I'm going to guide you through, is to use some sound and some gentle kind of touch back into the body, right? So we want to just kind of sense to see what is it like to kind of come back into the body, sense some vibration, and use sound as a way to quiet the mind, right? So we use this kind of repetitive chant or repetitive humming, right, or oming, right, that not only supports our throat, right, so it kind of brings us into relationship with our expression, but it also really supports the vibration of the body and quieting the mind. Right, so we just want to start slow. There are many different exercises over time, different videos I'll send that start to really work our relationship between our mind and body, right? That's the whole concept here around release somatics, is to start building that relationship to our felt sense. And in order to do that, we need the relationship with our mind, right? So we need to kind of allow our mind to direct our mind into quieting, being here in the present moment, right? Present moment processing, and kind of coming down into the body so we can honor our felt sense, right? We can come home to our felt sense of our bodies and get to know what's happening inside and begin the process of repair, right? Oftentimes with our bodies, we've ruptured, right? We've ruptured by dismissing and ignoring and dishonoring our bodies. We've ruptured the relationship to a point where the body, the mind and the mind doesn't trust the body and the body doesn't trust the mind, right? So there's this, and that's kind of where that split, that estrangement starts to happen. So this is going to be an exercise of coming back into connection slowly, little by little, right? I'm going to guide you to noticing, and it's okay. At first, you might not notice a lot, right? You might only notice, just a tiny amount, or you might say, it's actually just nothing. There's just nothing here, right? That's very normal, right? When we first start to engage in the body with the mind, there's not a lot. It's very numb, and that's okay. That's okay. It's just noticing the numbness, right? So just notice that, right? So as we begin this practice, just sense to see what you do notice and just be curious. And then you can do this practice multiple times to just start building that relationship. Start coming back into connection between the mind and the body, right? And start to kind of build intimacy with self, intimacy with your body. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to be here for just a few minutes. We're going to just kind of make a sound, a humming sound, and we're going to do a little swaying. Right, so go ahead and get into a comfortable sitting posture or standing. You can do this sitting, standing, whatever feels good for you. You can even do it laying down if you like. And so go ahead and come into a posture that feels comfortable for you. And again, notice I'm outside again. If you'd like to do this outside, it's always just such an added layer, right? Such an added layer of connection, right? So the earth is our body, right? So we can feel the felt sense of the earth as we connect. So if you're able to be outside, then do so. Okay, so let's just take a few deep breaths together. You can do this with your eyes open or closed before we begin. So let's just get to know and get a felt sense of our breath rising, right, coming up into our throat and exhaling down into our pelvis. So we're going to do just about 3 really slow deep breaths. So go ahead and begin. Inhaling. Feeling the expansion, the space on the inside, lifting the inhale all the way up into the throat. And exhaling all the way down. Notice the exhale, how it descends down. Releasing, letting go, coming down into the pelvis. And inhaling again. Feel the rise, the expansion, the space. And exhaling out all the way down. Descending into the body. Inhaling all the way up, feeling it rise, coming in towards the head, towards the mind. And exhaling down, notice descending down towards the body. Good, go ahead and just come back to normal breathing. And just start a gentle, very, very gentle little sway. And you can can even wrap your hand, so you can take your right hand and place it at your left shoulder, right? And your left hand can come underneath the right armpit. This is a really nice kind of supportive, holding, very tender, kind of caring, soothing type of posture. So we're just going to soothe. We're going to say hello to your body, and we're going to soothe. Right, so say hello. Drop into your awareness and just say hello. Just say hello. Right? Invite the mind to come into the body, even just a little bit, and just notice the sway. So you're just going to start to sway side to side. Feel the rhythm of the sway, right to left. Right, just like a wave, soothing. And just notice this for just a moment. Breathe into it. And if you're outside like I am, you can feel maybe the wind. Right, notice your breath. If you're inside, just feel the breath. Feel the breath. Feel the arms holding your body. Direct your attention towards the sway, And then when you're ready, we're going to make just a hum sound. So I'll show you. I'll demonstrate first before we begin. So we're just going to inhale and hum. So we're just going to make this hum sound over and over and over, and you'll just move at your own pace. And we're going to be here for a few minutes. We're going to stay with the hum for a few minutes. Right? So in your own timing, in your own pace, humming, staying with the sway, noticing your pacing, listening to the hum. Okay, so when you're ready, we'll begin. Inhaling. Do 2 more hums, 2 more. Go ahead and begin to quiet, slow down your sway, come into a stop. Just notice the vibration on the inside, feel it around your mouth, your lips. See if you can feel the vibration in your chest. Notice the mind. Sense if it's quiet. Feel your body. Just a tiny bit coming in. Notice your breath. Stay with the vibration. Stay with the vibration. See if you can still hear the sound from the inside. Begin to kind of unfold your arms, coming back into your lap. Feel your breath, slow, deep breaths. And just notice, track, see. Direct the mind towards the felt sense of the body. See if you can feel any tingles, any vibration, any feeling in your heart, in your throat, right across the lips. Just notice what happens. Bring your awareness to the back of your eyes, into your brow area, all along the forehead, down the cheekbones, behind the ears. Letting it settle, letting the vibration settle into the body. Notice if there's sound even broke the mental wandering, just even for a moment. Just notice. Come into the present moment, feel the felt sense of your posture, of the room that you're in, if you're outside or inside. Go ahead and take a nice deep breath all the way in. And then slow exhale out. One more. Exhaling out. Go ahead and rotate the shoulders, stretch the neck. And when you feel ready, you can start to open your eyes. Good. So just notice, take a moment to just kind of feel what it's like, look around, right? And just sense to see what it's like to kind of allow the repetitive sound, quiet the mind, come back into the body. And you might have to do this a few times to really notice, right? To really feel, right? Staying with the felt sense. Feel the vibration across the lips if you do it again, right? Okay, sense the vibration into the throat. Notice the heart space. Okay, so continue to practice this. We really want to be cultivating a relationship between the mind and body and coming back into repair and connection. So, just start with sound. Allow the sound, the vibration to come in, and you can really feel it in different postures, right? You might lie down and, especially with the earth, feel the vibration of the earth, right? And then feel the vibration of the sound. Right? See if you can connect to vibration. Okay, well, thank you for joining me, and I will definitely, provide more practices that foster and kind of create this bonding relationship and this honoring relationship between the mind and body. If you liked the video, definitely send me a little like or a little comment, and thanks for tuning in. Okay, bye.